And from here, we gently take our hands into prayer pose. Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Nitroma Amritangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Inhale deeply, suspend your breath. We exhale, rest our hands onto our knees. We bring our chin to our chest, right ear to the right shoulder. We roll our head back just to our own capacity. Left ear, left shoulder, chin to chest. Big neck rolls. Inhaling up towards the heavens, exhaling down to earth. All breath is through the nostrils. Working our thyroid gland, parathyroid gland. Shelly, you're not doing this one. We want to be gentle with our neck. So you really have to tune into it and feel. You might hear some little cracks here and there, that's all right. Reverse the direction. Good, and then we gently come to center. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling open mouth 3 times. Dropping the shoulders, inhale nose. Exhale open mouth. One more time. And from here, we bring our shoulders up towards the ears. On the inhalation, exhale, let them drop. And really allow them to drop. Like now we increase the pace. Now we go even faster. Inhaling up, bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Hold your breath. Pull your perineum, sex organ, navel in and up. Hold the prana, the life force in your body. Just hold it a little bit longer. Hold your breath. And exhale, drop. Good. And we gently open our eyes. So we will bring our arms up overhead. And then we will exhale, touching our crown. We will exhale, touching our third eye. Our throat, we exhale. Our heart, we exhale. And then we inhale and we bring through one deep inhalation. We bring the arms up. So this will be like inhaling deeply, connecting to the higher self. Exhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, exhale. So it's all these segmented little exhalations. One deep inhalation. Reaching up towards the divine, towards your higher self. Exhaling the past, making space. Moving through the chakra system. Breathing through our electromagnetic field, touching our 7th chakra, 6th, 5th, 4th. 3 more repetitions. I think we do one more time. Inhale up. Suspend your breath again. Pull your perineum, sex organ, navel in and up. Squeeze. And exhale, bring your hands back towards your heart center. And take a deep breath here. So when we want to work on ourselves, often we have to learn to set boundaries. So the next movement is beautiful to enhance our capacity to set boundaries. We will use the sounds sat, S-A-T, sat, it's truth, kar, K-A-R, tar, T-A-R, sat, kar, tar. And we remind ourselves that the divine is the doer. So we bring our hands here in sat, kar, tar, 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 sat, kar, tar. 1 more minute. Sat, and see where you need to set boundaries. Kar, tar, sat, 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 kar, tar. Inhale deeply, arms out to the side, palms facing outward. Suspend your breath, pull your perineum, sex organ navel in and up, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then exhale, slowly bring your hands back onto your knees, palms facing upward. Eyes stay closed, straight spine. Tuck your chin slightly in and back. Regulate your breath. Breathe into your heart center. Good, and Nirmala can take it from here.
Thank you, Siddhi. Hmm. Hmm. I bow to all of the emotions and the truths that are running through each of us today. There's so much that's in our circle, that's being held in our circle. So much healing that's happening and that needs to happen and that will happen. And I just acknowledge that we're each here in bringing our own pieces to the circle. Today, we're going to talk about, I'm going to put this in the chat section, Bhavana. Bhavana is a Sanskrit word which literally means development, cultivating, or producing, in the sense of calling something into existence. It's the call. Bhavana is the call to bring something in and cultivate it into our reality. It's a very important concept in Buddhism. It's called patipati, and it normally appears in conjunction with another word that will form a compound phrase, such as chitta bhavana, which means the development or cultivation of the heart-mind, the duality of the heart and the mind working together in concert, or metta bhavana, which is the development or the cultivation of loving kindness. So you'll hear it in many of the scriptures, the sutras and the tantras that are in the Buddhist tradition. When it's used on its own, just as the singular word bhavana, it signifies contemplation and spiritual cultivation. So it's specific to the spiritual journey. The teaching that I want to share with you today comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. We've talked about the Bhairava Tantra, and one of the translations of that, the Radiant Sutras, which I know several of you have been reading and enjoying, really fabulous. So why do we care about Bhavana? What will it make in terms of a difference in our lives? We care because attention and intention becomes retention. Attention and intention becomes retention. What we retain from the whole, what we cultivate as our essence, becomes our experience of self. So what we practice in Bhavana is bringing in the pieces that we want to exemplify or cultivate or contemplate or highlight, that we want to own, the things that we'd like to own within the essence of who we are. Bhavana has an inference of infusion, and I know all of us can relate to this. Think about the infusion of tea. putting loose tea or a tea bag into water and the transformation of the water into tea. The longer you leave the tea in and it steeps, the richer, deeper, more concentrated the tea becomes. The hotter the water when you put the tea in, it will either enhance the tea leaves or it might turn them to be a bit sour or sharp. There's a balance. There's a balance to bringing in, there's a fluidity to bringing in an essence into your system. An infusion. How about when we infuse an herb into alcohol and make a tincture for healing? Infusion into our biology can be a healing for us. It can be a medicine for us. Soaking ourselves like we would soak a tea bag, soaking ourselves in a quality that we love and we need. What are the qualities that we are desiring? We may already hold, but we're desiring as a deeper experience, as a fundamental baseline, a default for who we are. Sometimes we just need to infuse ourselves with that, to bring that fragrance into our consciousness. It's not that it's missing, it's just that it's not in the forefront of our experience. Every day we sit in judgments, references, criticisms, which do not reflect the essence of our soul. So how do we shift so that the experience that we're having is a reflection of the qualities that we wish to hold, not for others to experience or see? If they do, that's fabulous, but for us, we're sitting inside of ourselves 100% of the time. What are the qualities you want to experience in this being as you wander through the world? We are not stagnant. We're supple, fluid, ever-changing. We're women, we follow the moon, we follow the fluidity of water, the flow of water. Should we not be guiding, directing, and honing the attributes we wish to carry in this lifetime? Why would we settle for less? If our attention and intention lead to retention, then would we not want to focus on and invite in the qualities that we wish to be experiencing all the time, regardless of the outside world? It doesn't matter what's going on in the external world. These are the infusion. The tea bag in the teacup doesn't care about what else is going on. It's going to infuse the water. The tea leaves will infuse the water if the conditions are correct. If the conditions of the right amount of heat and the right amount of time is applied, then you will have tea every time. So we need to have the conditions and the intention to infuse ourselves in every cell of our being, to vibrate ourselves with the qualities and the energies that we wish to experience. Steeping, infusion, inviting in, absorbing. When we steep and we infuse, over time, we have something new. Sometimes we'll do this process just for joy. We just want to feel joy and exuberance and vitality and aliveness. And that's great. That's beautiful. We can do that every day in our consciousness. And sometimes we need to infuse as a medicinal aspect. Something's being called for healing in our body. Maybe it's asking for forgiveness of ourselves or others, or loving kindness, or patience, or concentration, or inspiration, creativity, intuitive knowing. What is it that you're wanting to call into your life and heighten as an experience of who it is you are, the essence of you, the bottom of who you are, that which just oozes out of you without even you giving a thought to it? Once you make a cup and infuse a cup of tea with the tea leaves, the hot water with the tea leaves, it doesn't go backwards and then not become tea. It is tea. It's become tea. It might be hot, it might be lukewarm, but it's still tea. Once we infuse ourselves, we can transmute, transform, we can change, we can enhance, we can develop. those attributes that we wish to carry. Our lives are always, always calling us to be strong in different attributes. Life comes at us. It's not the same every day, but there are some baseline qualities that are essential to who we are in the world. It may be your creativity. It may be that you want to be infused with a level of creativity that makes you so juicy you can't help but write or draw or paint or make medicine. Whatever it is, you can't help but do that. Maybe it's patience to be the loving caretaker for someone else who is going through their own transformation. Maybe it's just to be love in the world, that you just want to show up as love, that everyone's experience of and your experience, excuse me, of yourself is love. We get to choose the aspects and the qualities and the attributes that we wish to carry forward. And when we put attention and intention onto those, we will have retention. We will retain those qualities. We have the power, we have the strength, we have the source, ladies. This is not outside of our doing this. This is quite easy for us to do. We are tea bags steeping in water. Sometimes it's hot and sometimes it's not, but we are that. As women, we are that. Infusion has a meaning of continuous, slow introduction of a quality into the body, of an essence into the body, a continuous, slow introduction, that we should keep this tap on all the time, that the infusion should be happening in us all the time, that we're in transformation all the time. We can't help but be that. So let's be that consciously. If there's anything that we can do in our lives that will shift our lives into another gear, it's to sit in consciousness as often as we can. And that's just being aware and awake and alive and willing. So if there's a quality that you need in your life, that you desire in your life, this is a beautiful practice using Bhavana, the concept of infusion, of bringing something in to your system, bringing something into the teacup. So identify a word, a quality, or two. I wouldn't do more than 1, 2, or 3 to begin with. 1 is really great. Just start with 1 and use that quality as the essence of what you're absorbing into yourself. Write it down on a piece of paper. Ask yourself, what is the force of this energy? What is the fiat behind this energy? If it's forgiveness or creativity or compassion or awareness, what is the energy behind it? Why are you calling this in? Give yourself a chance to love the word leisurely. This is not an intense practice where we're trying to accomplish something. We're trying to infuse. Infusion cannot be rushed. It's not a checklist. Infusion is a release of, it's an inviting in and then a release within our system of something that is going to enhance how it is that we're experiencing the essence of ourselves. Bond with the word. Think of the word continuously through the day. Whenever your mind goes to a random thought, bring it back in your consciousness to this word. This is who I am in the world and in myself. This is who I am. This is where my attention and intention is going. I'm leisurely, without stress, without push, without demand. I'm leisurely inviting this infusion to become a part of me. So that wherever I go and whatever happens, I'm still sitting in that attribute and that quality. Own the word as part of your truth. You can be and imbibe and utilize any attribute you desire. We are what we think. Our mind has a huge capacity to impact how it is that we're experiencing our life. We know that. And if we're using our mind to bring into our heart, use your mind to bring the word into your heart so that it can be infused into the fullness of who you are. And it's like dropping a pebble into the pond, and those ripples start to go out and spread out, and they become more elusive and more subtle, but they continue. It doesn't stop. Once we invite in with our consciousness and our awareness a quality that we want to own, it becomes a part of us. It becomes the pebble. The word becomes the pebble that we drop into our heart, that then emanates out from that space. And we become that. Get used to the rhythm of the word, the feeling of the word, the sensations and the imagery, and the silence of the word. Sit in your meditation, start your meditation or 5 minutes of silence with that word. Drop that word into your heart and let that word vibrate throughout your system during your meditation. Have that word be in the top of your consciousness everywhere you go throughout the day, and everything that comes up arises to you. You remember that word is inspiring me. I am infused with that quality. Start by sitting for 5 minutes or 10 minutes with the word. Just sit with it, speaking it, hearing it, and allowing it to drop into your heart and to infuse the fullness of who you are. You can become whatever quality and attribute you wish to become. If you wish to become creative or intuitive or patient or in awareness, what is it that you're craving that will give your experience in this embodied form a different quality? What are you wanting to deepen? How do you want to enrich your life? Use Bhavana as a practice of infusing yourself with those qualities that will give you the awakening that you're desiring. We practice infusing ourselves with the qualities of our awakening, Bhavana. We practice infusing ourselves with the qualities of our awakening. Why would we invite in other qualities? Self-doubt, criticism, disregard, disrespect, questioning ourselves, not trusting ourselves. Why would we invite those in when we can invite in compassion and self-forgiveness and love and integrity and any other quality that resonates for you? So this week, I invite you to practice Bhavana. Practice the art of infusing yourself with that which you wish to carry in the baggage of who you are in this embodied form, that which you wish to pack into that luggage. Get everything else out. Just pack in the ones that make the most sense, that bring you the most, the ones that draw you in, that make you say, I can become this. Include those in your baggage this week and see what happens. It'll stop being baggage. It'll start being a luxury of joy that you're carrying these because they're the infusion of you. They're now in your system energetically in such a way that you ooze those qualities. And it's so sensual and so inviting to yourself, to you, to yourself. Invite yourself back to yourself. And let's see where that takes us this week. Miss City, you're on, you haven't unmuted, my love.
Oh, good. It's easier to hear me now. I wanted to thank you. So I said it was beautiful what you said. And to support what you said, I invite you all to come into specific mudra. So I just bring my hands up so you can see it. You can have your hands resting on your knees, yeah? So you will bring actually these two fingers. So you bring your ring finger and your index finger, the pointer finger, to the tip of your thumb on both hands. So my middle finger and my pinky is extended. Tip of my index finger, ring finger, touches the tip of my thumb. Middle finger, ring finger, I extend it. I rest this mudra on my knees. I gently close my eyes. And just for a moment, feel, your fingertips that are connecting with the thumb tip. This is the Rudra mudra. It's a mudra to enhance internal transformation. It's a beautiful mudra to energize your physical body, but also to empower to reach your highest potential. On the physical, it's really great if you experience exhaustion or chronic tension in your body. So it can help you to release this. And the mantra I would like for us to use, and I put it into your chat, is Samprati Ham. Samprati Ham. Today I'm on the journey of my self-transformation. Samprati Ham. And you just mentally recite it whenever it comes to you. When thoughts are crossing through your mind, come back to Samprati Ham. Allow the Samprati Ham to bring yourself into touch with your essence and getting out of distractions. And then Nirmala, be so kind and let me know if the volume is all right. Just for a moment, sit in silence. Release the mantra. Keep the mudra. And we let go of the mudra. We bring our hands gently towards our heart into prayer pose. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Good. We will be with you next Friday and see you next Saturday. Namaste.